All right. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're in, and welcome into Jammin' Sports. I'm Jim Me Jam, and this is an impromptu extra point as we have a quadruple header of football games coming up here at the top of the hour. I just wanted to go over a couple of things. Yes, it's Madden 24 is what you're looking at. If you remember, last Monday we ran into problems with Madden 24, and we decided that we felt it was somewhat scripted and we were going to get away from it and go back to 19. We played 19 for a few days. But since then, an update has come out. An update for Madden 24 was released yesterday. I've had a chance to look at it in depth. I've had a chance to sim some games. Did some research, and I found out that they fixed some things, especially the issue that we had. And they gave me a list. In fact, they actually responded to an email of mine. I sent an email out, and they say, here's how you can fix that problem, because they also had an update. And what they did was they gave me some settings to use on all Madden to fix the issues that I was having. If you remember, the issues I was having was I was playing All-Pro CPU versus CPU, and what would happen is the game would be very close at halftime, and then in the second half, one team would take over and get about 30 some odd points, and then the other team would try to come back and would fall short. It happened like every time. And they gave me some settings and a way to, and they said that they've adjusted some things. And for those that are curious, I'll go over the settings right now. Play all Madden. Quarterback rating needs to be 30. Pass blocking needs to be 45. Wide receiver catching 45. This is your CPU settings. Run blocking needs to be 60. Fumbles need to be 65. Pass defense react needs to be set at 70. Interceptions need to be set at 40. Pass coverage at 55. Tackling at 55. Field goal power at 45. Field goal accuracy at 35. Punt power at 55. Punt accuracy at 45. And kickoff power, they say to put at 40. And when it comes to penalties, they said to put offsides at 65. They said to put false start at 60, offensive holding at 70, defensive holding at 70. False start, actually I went over that. False starts at 60. Face mask at 40. Defensive pass interference at 60. Block in the back at 60. And roughing the passer at 40. Injuries put at 25. And fatigue put at 70. They said that's for best results. And again, they actually addressed the issue. I actually got an email back from them, and I've implemented these changes last night when I got in from my football game last night. And there's a setting called Super Sim on Madden that's been in Madden for a while now, where you can fast forward through a game. And so what I did was I took some games from earlier this week that fit the criteria that I was complaining about and simmed them over and over and over again. And it looks like they've corrected the problem. Every now and then, you're going to have a game which is 30-something to 17 or whatever. But but it's not a trend anymore. I mean, in the real NFL, sometimes you're going to have final scores that are 34-17 or 31-10 or something like that. But it doesn't happen every game now. In fact, I've noticed when we're going through the Super Sims, and I take the same two teams and do them over and over and over and over and over again, just to see if there was a trend. There wasn't. And so we will give it a shot. We've got 4 games today that we'll be doing here at the top of the hour as we continue with Week 5. We'll go back to Madden 24 and check it out. Now, something you see here on the screen during my extra point broadcast here is I've got the Lions and the Browns with some gameplay here. Another part of the update was they sent the new Browns helmet, the white helmet, that they'll be using this season. And they finally sent the Lions new blue helmet. I think the Lions blue helmet looks great. As we'll see if we can get a close-up here of it. But these 2 helmets that they're wearing this year as alternate helmets were not included when Madden 24 first came out. But it was an update, and I knew they would, because I think those helmets were announced after Madden 24 came out. They look good. I like the Cleveland white helmet, actually looks pretty good. And the Detroit blue helmet looks really good. See if we can get a close-up of it as we just watch a little bit of gameplay here. Coming up at the top of the hour, Again, back on Madden 24. We're going to give it one more shot. Like I said, I must have simmed about 50 games or more last night using Super Sim. You go through a game in about a minute, and again, the results were not what I was having before. Here's the lineup at the top of the hour. It'll be Seattle at Denver, San Francisco at Arizona, Detroit at the Raiders, and Green Bay at the LA Chargers. Pretty good games all out west. And then tomorrow we'll have Philadelphia, Washington, and Miami at Carolina to wrap up week number 5. Let's just watch this real quick. The white helmets, they don't look bad for Cleveland. And I like those blue ones right there. That's a good look for Detroit. All right, so that's an update. Just want to give everybody a heads up while we're back on Madden 24. And we'll see you here in about 20 minutes at the top of the hour for our quadruple header. And as always, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And thanks for watching Jammin' Sports.